everyone, Khushbu this side. So we all face this issue. When we are making our resume for the first time, it is really difficult to find out the stuff that we want to put in our resume. We feel like we have nothing to put on our resume. But the actual thing is, we don't have actually considered all the options that we have to put there. So in this video, we are going to discuss two things. Firstly, what are all the options that we have that we can put in our resume? And second, what are all the things we can do right now or in 1 or 2 days so that we can put them in our resume? So for doing this, I analyzed the resumes of over 30 girls who are part of Women Tech Makers with me so that I can find out what are other things apart from their projects and skills that they have put in their resume to fill it up. Because think about it, if you are in recruiter and you are probably getting thousands of resumes every day, so which will you prefer? Resume which seems empty or something that is filled up? Obviously you will prefer something which is filled up because at first glance it shows that this person have experience. Maybe that's not the case, but at first glance your reaction will be that this person have more experience, and that's why we want our resume to at least and at most complete a page. So let's first find out what are the things that we might want to add in our resume. So when we are in our first and second year, we can always put our achievements that we feel from our school. For example, if you were an captain or like prefect of your school, you can put that in the responsibilities section. If you were like sports captain or something, if you got medals like state medal, state or national medals in like sports or arts, and more better if it is in your niche, maybe like Olympiads or stuff, then you can put that. If when you were in school you have taken part in some Olympiads that keep going and you got some decent rank in that, then you can always put that. Apart from these, there were other programs like these papers like KVPY and NTSC and even JEE. If you have got any decent rank, then you can put that. Apart from this, if you have a very like at national level you have something like a debate competition first prize or like something like that, or like speech competition, then you can put that because that conveys that you have a very good communication skill, and it will also show this person is active. I also had one, like in my first resume I had this section of interests and hobbies in which I have put like I have 1 state and 2 national awards in painting, so I have put those in that section. But now I have removed them from my resume because I have got other stuff. So you keep updating your resume. It's not like these things are going to be permanent on your resume. It's just like until you don't have other things, you can keep these things. Okay, so let's see some examples. So these are the snippets from the resumes that I have seen and analyzed. So maybe these can help you to how to write. Now let's talk about the second section you can add. So it is the volunteer experience. If in your 2 years you have taken any webinars or workshops, and a lot of webinars and workshops are going online in this lockdown, so if you have taken in part and actually learned anything, then you can put that. So maybe you can say that learn to make a portfolio in the portfolio builder workshop, or learn the basics of JavaScript in a Java 101 seminar, or learn something. So you can always put your volunteer experience, but only put if you have actually learned something out of it, because otherwise it will be faking stuff. Now the next thing you can always put is your hobbies and interests, but keep that in mind that these are a little bit aligned to your niche. For example, if we like reading books and we review books, then we can put that link also, that I love to read books and here are some links where I am reviewing them. Or maybe if you are like to write blogs, then you can put that I love to write blogs and here are my publications, and here are my publications. Or maybe if you have even written any technical article for your school magazine or college magazine or something, you can give that, or you can write that I have written these articles for the school magazines or stuff. So that can really help a recruiter to understand that you are doing stuff, you are active participant, and you know the stuff. Because obviously you will write article only if you know about. Apart from that, what the other section that you can put is societies. There will be a lot of societies which you are been part of, which are like DSC, Enactors, .c, Girl Coded, or any societies or their names. But don't just make a list of names of those societies, but write what was your role in that society. For example, I want to write DSC, so I will write junior developer in DSC, or like C++ mentee in Girl Coded, or like active member of Expressions, or something like that. Don't just mention the name of the societies, because recruiter is not interested in knowing the names of your societies. He just want to know what you have done. Okay, so apart from this, what you can always put in a resume are hackathons. But when I say hackathons, I don't mean like you can only put it when you won the hackathon. You can put it in many different ways. Like even if you have just participated and not got anything, you can just write made this app while participating in this hackathon with this team. This is the tech stack of this app and this is what it do. Or maybe if you were in top 10 teams, you can say in top 10 teams in this hackathon and made this app. Or maybe also provide your GitHub link. If you want to make your GitHub beautiful, you can always check out this video. In this video, I have explained each and every point that how you can make your GitHub profile beautiful. If you have ever if you were a part of any school club in which you used to mentor students, like if you even your juniors or something, you can always mention that as your experience like mentored itne students in being part of this society and all that stuff. Okay, some people also like to add the subjects they have in their college, so it's your choice, you can do that. Apart from these things, now let's discuss some things that you can do in 1 or 2 days and put them in your resume. I'm not saying that this will be very helpful to build skills or something, but it can make your resume filler. So what you can do is, on HackerRank they provide badges and even certificates, so you can always go and take these challenges and get badges. I've seen a lot of people who put like I'm 5-star in Python on HackerRank, or gold badge in Python, or completed the 30 days of code challenge on HackerRank. So you can always put that. Apart from that, there are also LinkedIn certificates. So when you add skills, LinkedIn asks you to take a test, and if you pass that test, they will provide you a certificate. So you can take that test, and if you get passed, you can always write about those certificates in your resume. And apart from this, you can always mention, like if you have any uncompleted courses on Coursera or Udemy and you are near to complete it, just complete it and get the certificates, and then you can put it on your resume with the certificate section. Apart from that, you can always take up the 30 days of code, 100 days of code, or 7 days of ML challenge and learn the skills. And then you can always write, I have taken the 30 days of code challenge and learned these skills. What this actually do is, it makes you accountable that okay, you have done these things, you were an active member. So yeah, And yeah, and you can always write about your competitive ranks or maybe inter college competition ranks and all that stuff. But I hope you got some ideas that what you can put in your resume. We can let's see some example resumes so that you know the formats that people use. So there is no fixed format. Everyone use different format, and it's okay. There is nothing very serious about it. So yeah, if you want to make a resume from scratch, you can check out this video. In this video I have explained like how to start from, like how to take a template and then edit it, and what are the things we want to put and what are the things we want to avoid and all that stuff. So I hope you got some new ideas to what to put on your resume. Subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about engineering and stuff. Share this video with your friends, and I will see you all next time.